Well, hello, my YouTube fellas and gals. So, this is part 2 of how you alter a book. Okay, this is a book that I had already done. There's no signatures, no hidden signature. This is the one where you tear out so many pages. And this one here is a 6x9, but you can use any that you want. But what happens is, get to a good page. When you are gluing, see how this bunches right here? When I watched Crafty Irina, she would tell you to lay your pages down from back to front, but you would have to let them dry so that when you turn them, especially when you get to the middle of the book, they have a tendency of wanting to bunch. And if you do it front to back, which I did this one, it still happens. You still see the glue bunching. In a smaller book, it gets worse. So I noticed when I was watching Treasure Books do her own thing, because what Craft Irina does is she would pull the pages out and then glue them together as side pockets, like here. This is a pocket because it's glued here and here. And then you would have, I do the flip down and then do my own thing. And then you can glue here and here and make a pocket up here. Well, what happened was the pages was getting bunched on the glue because it's wet. You know, when you're trying to demonstrate and show people on YouTube, that's what happens. So when I was watching Treasure Books, because when Craft Irina does her, she uses paper pad stuff. When I did mine, I used National Geographics. And then I did my own thing. When Treasure Books does hers, which we are uplifting other artists. Okay, this is not a put down, this is an uplift. She saw a vision where she could take the pages and do so much more different. And I'm going to try to link both below so you can see a comparison on how each of us have done this. So I have a third way that I want to do this, but with only 15 minutes, it's really hard for me to get everything done that I want to show you. So when I was watching her, I got another idea. And sometimes when you're crafting, that's what you do. Is sometimes you can watch what someone does and they can inspire you and you can put a twist on it. Or sometimes as crafters, we just create what other people do and don't even realize somebody else out there has done it. But I can honestly say this journal that I'm making in the next video is inspired by both of them because it made me see these journals in a different light. So this is a 6x9, and I tend to like the 6x9s because they lay open easier to write on. This is my coffee dyed papers I added and stuff like that. But this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed making this. This is the first journal of my own I actually kept, because I fell in love with it after I created it and I couldn't let go of it. And sometimes crafters don't. They craft just to sell. Well, I ended up liking it and I kept it. So this is one of mine. So what I ended up doing, since I only have 15 minutes, I did this a little shorter. So I did a little diagram on my paper as some of my favorite paper folds. So, I showed you in the first video how to take out pages of a journal. So what I did was I used this journal. These are the pages that were removed. And I pick it up and shake it. And as long as the pages aren't too fragile, you can pull wherever. Now, Treasure Books tells you she does it a specific way, but to me it doesn't matter. I pull from where I want to. It doesn't matter what the book looks like. That's just me. Sometimes I'll count 5 pages, rip out 5 pages, but if there's pictures in it that you want to keep, see, there's still pieces, you can leave them in the book, skip, and come back, which is what I did with this one. It had some cool pictures in it that I wanted to leave in, so I skipped past those, and the decoration will come later. This is what it looks like when the pages are ripped out, because you're taking the book down. If you feel uncomfortable ripping a book apart, these were books that nobody wanted. I tried to sell them, nobody was interested, so what are you gonna do? If you feel uncomfortable, go to the library. They have books they discard with a discarded stamp in them, and use one of those, because I would really love to see you craft along. I have a Facebook group called My Crafty Styles. You can come and join, and you can show this, what you're doing, if you are crafting along with me, what your book turns out to look like. No specific size. I used a Reader's Digest for this one. I like the cover because it was St. Patrick's Day, and I thought, why not? Now, this might end up being more parts, because being a new channel, I don't know if YouTube is changing the rules where they're shortening us, or do I have to reach 1K to get longer time? I don't know, but they cut me off after before 15 minutes of my videos longer. I go to upload it, I get a rectangle saying you've exceeded your limit, so it won't let me upload past 15 minutes. I don't know why, because I remember as a newbie we could put it as long as we wanted, but they must be changing things, so I don't know. I don't know if it's got to be a certain number or not. Starting over again seems strange. But we're going to use some of these pages back into this journal. So what I ended up doing, because I'm not going to have enough time to show you guys every single thing, I pulled another journal out. And I decided offline to make this a replica and show you how I'm going to craft the other one. But this is going to give you an idea with the short time limit we have. So instead of folding the pages like Treasure Book does, which you will see in her videos, she makes these folds with the pages not torn out. She tears out so many and then uses the pages left over. I'm taking the pages I tore out and turning them into pockets after they're ripped out. So you'll see in her journal, she's got this same cut. I did it gluing the paper back on from the pages I took out, because to me, I don't have to worry about turning my pages and getting the ripple for glue. That's why I did it. Because when you turn the pages, you do get a ripple. Now, if you don't mind seeing the pages ripped out, you can do it my way. If you see her way and you don't want to see the pages ripped out, then you can do it your way. Because by not ripping the pages out, you wouldn't see any of them pieces. You can put washi tape down in there. You can do whatever you want with it, really, though. But this is just to give you an idea. Let me get an envelope here. I'm going to use this as an example. This is 2 pages put together. Well, something smaller for some of them. And that's a pocket. I glued 2 of these pages together, cut it to look like this, and made a pocket. Let's use this piece. I like flatter stuff. So when you turn here, here's the side tuck. But instead of just folding the page down, what I did was glued a page in, folded down. I took these pages separate, folded it down, and then glued it into the book after I cut it some. So you just trim it up, and you're reusing the pages you had. So this one here, I did 2 on some just for thickness purposes, because it's not cardstock. It's regular pages, and they're not as firm. This here is one page. These here you can put tags in. Here's a, let's see, you have one pocket, 2 pockets, and 3 pockets. So that's a 3-pocket page up there. Now what you might want to do, so you don't lose track and it doesn't blend in with the pages, is distress your pages. I didn't bother distressing this book because I just wanted you to see the ideas. This here, let me get a playing card. Because these are smaller for like tags. Okay, for instance, this is a tag pocket sideways. Of course, they're going to be skinnier than this. And this is a tag pocket sideways. So you'll be sliding your tags. So that's a 2-tag pocket. And all I did was glue here and here to get the pockets. So like I said, any fold you want to use in a journal, there's a 1 pocket. Here is a side pocket. Then you skip to the next one. Go to the pages that you tore out, where you tore them out at, and put your pockets in. You don't have to do it in every single place, but just to where it's spread out. Here's a side tuck here in the bottom. We're not going to decorate the book tonight. I'm just giving you the idea. And here is a 1/2 page pocket. A 1/2 page pocket right here. It's longer to give you room. And you could even do a little cut right there if you want to. Here's an up tuck in the corner. These are all the kind of tucks I like to use in my journals. This here is a belly band, and I always put a piece underneath to where I can fan my cards out. Like I can take that one and this one and stick it in the same book. It's a belly band with a little tuck right there to hold the cards in better. This gives you a layout to where if you want to make your own journal and you want to do one fast and simple, there's another one. This is the beginnings of it. But I like this way a little better because of the glue wrinkle. Now, if you want to try it without it, that's up to you. My thing is, everybody has their own crafty style, and when you read the name of my channel, it's my crafty style, not Tammy's crafty style. My crafty style, meaning yours and everybody else. So when you're watching crafters, try not to listen to the influencing. When somebody says, don't use digital, only upcycle, or just use paper. No. Find your own niche. If you want to use digitals, you're more than welcome. If you want to draw and paint your own pictures, you're more than welcome. Because the whole thing about crafting is to find your style, what you like, and what works for you. Because there's definitely a lot of complainers in the crafting community, and I just overlook what they say. I don't pay attention to them anymore because I like it all. I like mixed media. I like mixing it up and giving it a nice melting pot. And I like using tags, and I like using digitals, and I like upcycling. I love it all. Because no matter how you make your stuff, your vision is your vision. This here is 2 envelopes that I made with the paper, which you can put smaller stuff in them. I have one point in this direction glued in, and I have one pointing this direction. So you can, I would probably put a card in it like that, but they'd have to be smaller. And this makes you think outside the box with your ephemera. You know, you can make ephemera that's, let's see if I can do the cards. You can make ephemera that's bigger or smaller than what you usually make, like tag wise and things like that, to fit into these pockets. So you don't have to measure anything. And it kind of gives it more of a junkier look to me when things are different sizes. And then here's another one like that one. These here I made purposely for tags to put in, or bookmarkers. Like something the shape of a bookmark. And then here's the side tuck this way. But all the pages are glued, where if you're doing a video or a demonstration, you don't have to worry about running out of room. So with that, I'll be back with the next step. Whatever time zone you're in, I hope you're having a great one, and I will see you soon. Bye.